Hey guys, Elite Legionarii here, bringing you a 2 versus 2 for Rome Total War. I'll be in command of Parthia, my ally Doc Holliday will be in command of the Spqr, and our opponents are Hannibal Lecter and Montgomery 9. As you can see, they're shifting sides. This is a smart move because, as you can see, one of them is Carthage and one is Rome, and I am Parthia, and obviously Doc is Spqr, and by switching Carthage to face me, that puts a lot of strain on me. Out of all the factions, in my opinion, that Parthia has trouble with, I definitely put Carthage as probably really in a lot of ways the toughest, except for the chariot factions or the Scythia because of their headhunting maidens. But out of all the pike-armed factions, Carthage is the hardest because its sacred band can very easily defeat cataphracts because they're such a powerful infantry unit and they're a pike unit as well. Now you could make the argument for the Greek cities, but the difference there is the Greek cities have no powerful cavalry to stand in the way, whereas Carthage has the sacred band cavalry, which, although weaker than cataphracts, will be enough to stall it long enough for a pike unit to come to support, and that just puts way too much effort for the cataphracts. It doesn't mean that you can't beat Carthage with Parthia, but in my experience, the times I've had to do it, it's been very hard. Even when you fully surround Carthage with cataphracts in the works, it's very tough. I've had a lot of hard trouble with it. So in this fight, what I actually end up doing is basically assisting Doc in destroying the Brutii before I go after Carthage. That way I can have Doc help me, because I just didn't think I would be able to do it very easily. I thought I'd lose way too many casualties, so that's what's going to go on here. This guy got real angry at me and called me a coward and other various insults, and to be honest, I don't really care because I thought it was like reasonable strategizing, because like I said, to get rid of that kind of Carthaginian army with this Parthian army would be really tough, and I'm not at my microing best, and I'm not the fastest microer anyway, so I didn't think I'd be very successful at doing that on my own. So you'll see what I'll do in this fight later on. So enough of my waffling. My army consists of 6 gold archers, 6 gold cataphracts, 2 hillmen, no upgrades, 2 gold slingers, and 2 gold horse archers. That's my force. Doc's force consists of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, let's see. I think he's got 3 urban cohorts and 2 legionary cohorts. They're, I think, gold. He's got 3 units of Praetorian cavalry, gold, 2 equites, gold, and he had a bunch of archer auxilia, which were gold attack. And he has a couple of Roman archers as well, I think. So anyway, I make a bit of a blunder here. Charges at my hillman, but I'm not really all that concerned by this, because what I've done is I'm going to basically just put tons of missile fire down on him. He's going to lose a lot of these cavalry units, these sacred band cav, and I have cataphracts coming in. Although for some reason they wouldn't run. I had ordered them to run, but they were walking, so it was kind of annoying. So over here I tried to get into the side of this loose formation sacred band. As you can see, even in the loose formation, I didn't do any damage at all. His army consists of, let's see, he's got 5 sacred bands, which are silver, I think, and he's got 4 silver, gold attack poetic infantry with a bunch of Balearic slingers and regular slingers in support roles. So I retreat back from the fight with him. Basically, while he's over there, I'm going to support Doc. So I come with a wedge charge with 3 of my cataphracts on the urban cohorts of Montgomery. His force consists of, I think he had 6 urban cohorts and about 4 Praetorian cav. But Doc comes out nicely on top of this fight. He's actually going to use his equites to stall, which isn't a bad idea. Obviously they won't win that fight, but the point is they'll stall for him. Whilst this is happening, the Carthaginian cavalry's coming over here to stop me, but I managed to destroy it pretty easily because he gets isolated. So I'm just going to keep withdrawing back. And again, some of you may think that's cowardly, but I call it tactics, because I would lose probably all my cataphracts easily trying to stop these sacred bands. But if I free up Doc, I can get him to pin down the the sacred bands, and my cataphracts can hammer and anvil. And that's teamwork. That's working together. This is a 2 versus 2. You work together. And so basically, I just come with hammer and anvils here to free up Doc's infantry as fast as I can. while I use my archers to stall some of his forces. As you can see, he has taken lost a lot of his men there, and I'm getting flank shots in on some of his missile unit, his pike units, but they're in loose formation, so I'm not having a lot of effect there.
General flees like a frightened child. Now attack and break the will of his followers.
So basically, the idea is to free up Doc so that we can team up and basically just work together to overwhelm this guy, and there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. That's strategy, that's tactics, that's planning, and some people think I'm being I'm being wimpy and not challenging them, and fine, I don't actually care, like I said, because I was pretty certain that I would lose a lot of casualties trying to do that. So by doing this, I should be able to save myself more casualties. Like I said, in the past I've tried facing Carthage with Parthia before, and I've had very little success at it, even when I've been microing really swiftly, and I don't micro as quick as I used to these days, so I wasn't very sure I'd be able to stop him. But this way, me and Doc will be able to win. So I pull my archers back here, and Doc's still got enough infantry to hold quite a lot of these guys at bay, and I still have pretty much all of my cataphracts alive, so that's pretty sweet. So I'm sure that was pretty frustrating for Montgomery to get ganged up on like that, but sometimes I don't particularly like ganging up, but it does work. It's a good strategy at times, and I think it was the right move in this particular battle, because like I said, there's so many pikes here, and these are not just low-end pikes. Sacred Band are the second best pike unit in the game after Spartans, and more than a match for cataphracts, and he has got 6 of them in support with full pointy infantry, which is going to put a lot on me, and his slingers are going to be able to hold my archers up as well. So I really wasn't, I wasn't that certain I'd be able to win against him, and I admit that. I didn't think I would. Or if I did, I'd lose a lot. I didn't really want to play it that risky. I don't like to play unnecessary risks when I play. So, like I said, freeing up Doc to assist me seemed like the smartest move to make, and take what you want from that, guys. In my opinion, it's a good strategy. If you're not confident that your army could beat an enemy army, work closely with your ally. You get his assistance if you can, because there's nothing wrong with doing that. It is a 2 versus 2, so it is about teamwork. So he condenses his line here. I'm using my horse archers out here to get some flank shots on him. And I'm just trying to get my guys around here. Doc's going to come in from one point here, so we can try and take out one side. So as you can see, he's going to use his pointy infantry to keep us out. And pointy infantry will be strong enough to do quite a bit of damage to cataphracts. So my cataphracts should be able to beat them, but they'll be sort of too weak to do enough damage to the Sacred Band. So I've got to play it carefully rather. So what I'll try and do is try and get into this little edge here. So Doc had a few P left, which he threw, and now he's going to pin them down. Even though his urban cohorts are pretty tired, and some of his legionary cohorts, he'll hold them there for a while. At this stage, in a minute, I'll send my archers around the flank, and I'm just looking for ways in. But I will give my opponent, I'll take my hat off to my opponent. He was a pretty smart player. So I'll try hitting these guys, and I do quite a bit of damage to them, but I do lose quite a lot of cataphracts in doing that, so I need to get in there and assist Doc though, because his urbans and legionnaires are pretty weakened after his first fight there, so I have to get in pretty quick. But as you can see, look at the casualties I lost just in that one charge, even though I hit the side, although one of them did hit them kind of front on. So that's why I didn't want to do it on my own, because I thought I'd lose way too many casualties, so this way I don't lose as many casualties. So I'm going to send my guys around the flank. Now I could be shooting the flank of these Poeni infantry, but instead I'm going to shoot the flank of the Sacred Band. They're more of a threat. So I get him, I'll try another angled attack here, and it does work pretty well. And then I'm going to try and see an opening here in the centre. He tries to split his force up, so I'm going to send these guys in to try and hit these guys. But he pulls his end off to face me, so I'm going to have to get out of that kind of fast. So I did see it, I believe, and I will pull my cataphracts out, but I do take some, no I don't pull it out in time, so Peter took some nasty hits on that unit. But I've got my other ones going pretty well, and now my archers are coming onto the flank here. Doc is doing reasonably well now though. His urban cohorts are proving their power, but that is typical rather. That's no surprise because they are urban cohort after all. But by this point, Doc is pretty weakened though, but I've got plenty of cataphracts left, so we'll try to get more strikes in. But he is a smart player, so he is turning his guys around to be a real pain. But over here he's well and truly pinned. If he turns this unit around, he's going to take casualties from the Legionnaires, so he won't be able to cover this unit very easily, so I'm going to send these guys in now to finish this unit off. But as you can see, look how many of these charges these Sacred Band are having. But my Cataphracts even pinned, and they are not routing. So that is why I was so reluctant to attack him head on with my Cataphracts, because they're doing so well at holding in there, even once they're pinned. And they wouldn't have been pinned if I took them on. So I think I made the right choice, to be honest. And again, it is teamwork. This is working together to beat our opponents, and that has enabled us to win this fight. So,
and there is nothing the enemy can do but run.
So, like, sometimes my advice to some viewers, if you don't think that your army is strong enough to defeat an opponent, or you think your opponent might be a better player than you, try and support your ally and then work together to beat the other tougher guy. It does work. A lot of players won't work together, and you should exploit that. Me and Doc really do work together well, and these guys didn't work together as well, except there at the start where they swapped over. The reason you don't normally see that where players actually swap their deployment side, but because Carthage is such a dangerous faction for Parthia to face because of their powerful pikes, swapping over was smart. So I decided that if they're going to swap over, then I'm just going to help Doc, almost called him by his real name, then destroy the Brutii so I could get his help, and I think it was the right move. So call that cowardly if you will, I call it tactics. But as you can see, there's the stats, plenty of casualties there, casualties inflicted from my Cataphracts and my archers. Also I've just got plenty. The only thing that really did bad was slingers and hillmen, but although one of these slingers did 63, so it's pretty good. But the hillmen stalled that cav charge at the start there. So good game to Doc, Hannibal and Montgomery. I enjoyed that one, hope you guys did too. And what will my point be to emphasise here is, don't always go with a conventional attack. Sometimes try doing something like I did, is support your ally like that, and you never know, it might make a big difference. I think it did this time round, and I think it was the right move. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon next time.